Hi, my name is Sridhar Rangan. I'm the festival director of the Kashish Pride Film Festival, which is having its online edition from August 15th to September 15th. And today we are talking to the filmmakers of the short film program, Trans. So first off, I want to introduce you to the filmmaker of the film Make Up My Shield, Make Up Maji Dhalga, Kunal Vijaykar. To kindle his multidisciplinary interest, Kunal heads two art studios in Mumbai, where he facilitates art, theatre, and literature-related events. He's also the creative producer at B Spot Productions, where they create performances that facilitate the audience to explore sensory pleasures and initiate conversations on taboo topics. An adept photographer, he has widely photo documented the traditional Lavani artists and collaborated with several production houses to document theatre-related events. Kunal has also co-directed the musical play Basuri Jab Gaane Lage, based on the life of flute maestro Pandit Hariprasad Chaurasia. Kunal is also an actor, a puppeteer, graphic designer, and a language trainer. Wow, that's a lot of things rolled into one, Kunal. Congratulations.
Thank
His
you.
film Make Up My Shield, in this Marathi music video, a trans woman faces criticism from a brother and sister-in-law for using makeup. Hurt by the remarks, she escapes into a dreamlike Lavani performance where she fully embraces her identity in traditional attire. Through the song, makeup is shown as more than a tool. It's a comfort, beauty, and shield against judgment. Next up is Saikat Mondal, the director of the film Jalsa, the Name Day. He's a communication designer, graduated from IDC School of Design, IIT Bombay in 2022. Jalsa, the Name Day is his graduation film as well as directorial debut. Being a believer in exploring the ethnicity makes the root stronger, he deals with queer spaces which have immense cultural relevance and irrefutable impact on society. He also acted and he was a production designer of another film called Shikandi, which we showed at Kashish in the past. So welcome, Saikat. His film synopsis reads, Suresh comes to Kinnar household to meet his brother Manish, coincidentally on the day of Jalsa, a day of celebration after 40 days from the day of Nirvana castration. Initially, Manish refuses to meet his brother as a former came after so many years. Latika, one of the Kinnars, convinces Menaka to talk to his brother. Menaka is same as Manish, I would imagine. We'll talk about that later. The third filmmaker we are speaking to today is a filmmaker of the film A Night on the Footpath. His name is Bharat Duvvada. He's from Hyderabad and he's an IT professional, but his hobbies are filmmaking and photography. So we'll find out more about his hobbies very soon. The film A Night on the Footpath follows the journey of Tina, a transgender woman engaged in sex work. For many, the night is a time for rest, but for Sita, it's a battlefield where dignity and survival go hand in hand. As she moves through dimly lit alleys and encounters clients, police, and fellow survivors, the film subtly explores themes of loneliness, identity, and resilience. Okay, first of all, I'm going to ask Bharat, have you made any other films in the past? Is this your debut film? And when you say hobby, have you learned filmmaking?
No, actually, I haven't joined anywhere to learn filmmaking. So it's my passion, since my childhood. Actually, I'm very passionate about acting. Actually, so after coming to the Hyderabad, after my graduation, I came to Hyderabad. I joined in film, some joined in for some film productions. There, more than acting, the direction and the filmmaking, the techniques which are there in the film, so it attracted me more actually. So I switched my interest from acting to the filmmaking, writing, and the filmmaking, and not only direction, more into cinematography, more into editing side as well. So coming to the my portfolio, yes, this is the first film which I've made with the budget actually. Before that, the films I've made, it's a kind of zero budget films because I'm the cinematographer for those films and I'm the editor and I download some YouTube musics and I made those kind of films. Okay, but this is the film which I made with the budget like around like 3.5 lakhs because the story is like that. I cannot make this film with a zero budget. I need to keep some money, so I can consider. Yeah, you can consider this in the first grand scale film. Yeah.
Okay, nice. And if I can just ask, where did you raise the money? How did you manage to raise the money?
Uh,
Because it's always difficult for short filmmakers to fund their films.
correct.
Did you
Correct.
do crowdfunding or borrow from your friends and family?
No. I did a crowdfunding. Actually, when I after completion of the script, before starting the pre-production, so we underwent, everything like what are the expenses are going, where we can put the money like that. So for shooting only, for the shooting on papers we got like 1 lakh budget to complete the shoot. So we thought, okay, we'll go for the crowdfunding. We got 1 lakh from the crowdfunding, and
Wow.
after that, after completion of the shoot, I've done the rough cut of the film, and I've made one small teaser kind of thing, and I showed that teaser to some of the people. Then one of my friend from US America, he's a scientist, so he saw the teaser and he told me that, Bharat, you don't go anywhere. Remaining whatever the amount is there for the film completion of the film, I will give the amount. So he completely taken the responsibility, given the almost 2.5 lakhs for this film to complete the film. Yeah.
Nice. I'm
That's
going to
how
come
I
back to you to ask more questions, but that's really brave of you to. And which platform did you do the crowdfunding on? Can I just ask that?
Instagram.
Instagram. Oh, wow.
Just
Okay, that's
Instagram. Instagram. I made a posters. I did some reels, and every time I'm advertising about my film.
nice.
Yeah, like that way done.
Okay, perfect. Okay, Kunal, you basically
Yeah.
are many aspects. You're an actor, you're a puppeteer, a writer, a designer.
Yeah.
So, is this your first film as a director, or it's like you've made more films in the past?
No, no, this is the first time I did something cinematic like this. I've done theater play, a lot of theater. So 15 years I've been working in theater. So that way, a lot of aspects of acting and all that, I was aware of lighting and all. But as a cinematic, yeah, it's the first time. Yes.
And of course, you got the funding from Hamsafar Trust, so funding
Yes.
was not an issue for you, looks like.
Yeah, funding was not an issue, but to keep it within the budget was an issue, definitely, because we had to create an original music, like an original track also, a song. That was the commitment that we made to Humsafar. So we had to hire
Right,
a music director to the whole recording of the song, which was also new for us, for Bhushan and I. Even though
right.
I was directing it, Bhushan was very much on board with me to sort of help out. And so creating a new song itself and treating the story as a music video was a challenge. And we had no experience in music. So uh, doing something original in music was a big challenge. Yes.
I'll come back to Kunal. Saikat, so what has been your challenges? You're funded by the college, but I'm sure it's like a very minimalistic budget. I don't know how much you've got, but pretty much you've set it quite a bit. It's got some different kind of spaces where you're shooting the film. The transgender household is beautifully set. So where was it shot, and what are the? I mean, was the in terms of raising the budget? How complicated was it?
Okay, so I think that is a very interesting part. The set was a hostel. Okay, so it's a very old hostel of IIT Bombay, and we painted the walls of that, and we tried to make the whole house like it looked like a transgender household. Now, yeah, the whole film was self-funded. Okay, I didn't get any fund from my department or something, but I had a very great team because from creating the original music, writing the lyrics, and getting it complete, because IDC has all the studios. Okay, so that is one thing I didn't have to think about. Camera also I got from the department and all those kind of things. And the main expense was on the production design, because there were a lot of flowers, a lot of equipments I wanted from to design my set, and also a lot of things was gone into the sourcing the lights and the costumes. That was a very big part of it. And but apart from that, I think there were people from the music club who were great with lyrics. There were people from the who were from the department who were great with cinematography. So I think almost 50 to 60 people were involved in my film, and all
Wow.
are from my college. So yeah, that's how it became possible. Yeah.
Okay, so to start, we want to discuss the casting process with all of you, of course. Like to start with you, Saikat. So how did you find the two principal actors and a whole band of transgender actors and the secondary characters? How difficult was it finding these actors? That's why. Yeah.
Okay, so coming to my protagonist, which who is Vicky Shinde. So I worked with her earlier. Okay, so I already had some idea of her performance and everything. So So that's why it was very easy for me to connect with her. Now after that, through her I kind of got into the conference of the transgender conference that happens in Bombay. So I got
Mhm.
the contact of the other people through her only, and that's how I met the whole team. And like I whatever I could pay them, I paid them as a like a token of remuneration kind of a thing. And but like it is all because of Vicky G that I could find these amazing people to work with me. And it was a great experience altogether to go to their places and then talk with them, understanding their stories, and then incorporating in my storyline. So yeah, I have kind of gone through Uberly, Kolaba, so wherever they stay, and I to understand the space. But another good thing was like all my actors were very much empathetic enough to uh, accompany me. So all the rehearsals that also happened in their household, so that
Oh,
they can
wow.
actually understand and imbibe the vibe of that space altogether. Yeah.
And what about the lead actor who plays the brother? Was he an actor or from a student from the college?
Oh, yeah. He was a student from animation design department.
Okay, I thought.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's been beautifully set up and very warm film about the brother and sister relationship, of course, and Bharat, how did you find the actor? Is she a professional actor? Is she from the transgender community? Because I didn't see any information about her in the film freeway thing. So what's her name and how did you find the actress?
Yep, her name is Jansi. So she's a trans woman, a trans lady. So and my film is about the the trans lady who is involved in sex worker. So originally she's also doing that. Actually, she's also sex worker. Okay, so I got an
Mhm.
idea. I want to make a film about the sex worker who's doing that. I don't know what to call it, the business or something. I don't know exactly how to
Fine, like
name
her
it.
business. That's fine.
So
Yeah.
yeah, so I got an idea. I want to make a film on transgender community who is working who is working as a sex worker.
Sex worker.
So I got an idea. So I completed the script, and now the main challenge is who is going to do this lead character. So I'm very particular about the character should definitely should done by only transgender. No,
Nice.
my friends are very particular about no. My friends are like my direction department and my cameraman, and those all are they are not supporting me my idea. Like they are telling me, Bharat, you cannot make a film with transgenders. No, it's very difficult, and the story is like that. You should go with some theater artist. We can pick one boy and we can change the makeup that boy into the girl. So like trans lady. Otherwise, we can pick another lady or we can do. But I'm very particular about no. We cannot do that. If you want me to stop the film, I will stop. But if I want to make this film, definitely I want to make it transgenders, only transgender. So it took me almost 3 4 months I to select the lady the main character. I auditioned so many people, and finally I got this lady. But she's a very kind lady. She's very beautiful. But the main thing is she never into the acting. She don't
Mm-hmm.
know, and she's very shy. She is very shy. She never speak. What you will ask, she will answer that thing only. If I ask, what is your name? My name is Jansi. That's it. She will never tell anything. Okay, I selected her, and my team is telling that they're trying to convince me. Okay, this lady is looking nice, but how the dialogues are there, the scenes are very pathetic scenes are there. So how you make her acting? The challenge is again 2 months every weekend after and
Okay.
every weekend and Saturday Sunday I called her to my home and we trained her dialogues and continuous workshops and the makeup test and the costume everything. When she came to me and she told me that Bharat, I'm ready, let's go shooting. Then we planned shooting and we went like that. So that's how it's like kind of it's 10 months journey
Okay.
making this film
Wow.
from idea to screen.
That really is amazing because like transgender actors should play transgender parts, of course, that's a given. But in the industry,
Correct,
people
correct,
do not believe in that, of course. But thank you for sticking
correct,
to
correct.
that particular your point and making it come through. And Kunal,
So
you cast.
what I believe
Go ahead.
is
Go ahead, Bharat.
Sorry.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
What I believe is transgender should tell their stories. As I'm not from that community, so I feel that I understand their emotion, but I cannot feel their emotion, right? So they need to tell their stories. At least if they're not telling, at least we have to give the chance to act in that kind of roles. At least we have that liberty, right? So I am very particular about that. No one should do, if some transgender role in the film means transgender should only play that film, have play that role actually. Otherwise, the character will die.
Thank you for that. Perfect. And Kunal, you knew Akshay already because like you've been involved with uh, him or her. How does he identify?
So he goes with he and she
He,
both.
she. Okay.
He and she both. So he switches between the two. But
Okay.
he's a trans person for
Yeah.
practical purpose. We can, yeah.
Okay. Okay. So Akshay, you
Uh,
knew you have worked with him in the past.
yeah.
How? But like, still, why did you choose Akshay particularly? There are many transgender performers.
Yeah. So actually the germ of this story came from Akshay
Okay.
himself. So because we've known him for years and we in theater we work with him because he does our live shows, lounge shows, and the way he does the makeup and the way he transforms and the way he sort of uses makeup as that tool of something that gives him power almost. That sort of fascinated me. And I have always been fascinated by makeup. But once I used to like to do some makeup or how people are putting makeup and how it changes them and why they do all this. As a sub, I used to feel. And Akshay I've seen for so many years, and I used to discuss with Bhushan as to like, we should do something about makeup and all that. And we used to talk with Akshay also, okay, let's do something about it. But Akshay used to not be so, pro. He's like, no, there's going to be something very typical. कि ठीक है एक लड़के ने makeup किया और लड़की, but that's like he was not very happy with that idea. So he said, let's do it a little differently. Let's do it as an empowering tool, even though makeup traditionally is a problematic concept because it's kind of made to sexualize women, and the whole idea of makeup itself is something that a lot of people look at as a problematic concept, basically, for
Correct.
several reasons. But looking at Akshay, I felt that somehow he has used that problematic concept to empower himself in his trans identity. And as so, I hate to say all this because it's a trans story and Akshay should be saying this. But like
Yeah.
Bharat said, that sometimes we might become facilitators or as these people. So
Correct.
uh, sometimes we just take on that role. But anyway, because I feel a lot is lost in translation when I speak about somebody who's trans. So I prefer not to, but now since you said it's only
Yeah, but like
directors,
since I'm only inviting directors of the film, unfortunately,
so,
you are representing the
so
film.
I'll just try my best to sort of tell his story. So he, used to always kind of transform into this very powerful person once he put on makeup. So
Correct.
then we spoke to him, like, like Bhushan and I constantly used to talk to him कि क्या होता है मतलब makeup करके this, that, is it just about being a woman or it's just the external appearance that empowers? He's like, no, there is some magical transformation, not just externally, but internally also. I do feel something changes when I put makeup. And then we just sort of built on it and we sort of couple of years we were discussing what to do. And when we got
So
this
couple of
grant,
years, you couple
yeah,
of
yeah,
years, this
yeah.
story has been wow.
Maybe
Okay.
more than that. We've been talking about makeup and how it can be used as how a lot of trans women use it as an empowering tool,
Correct.
despite of it being a problematic concept. And now on social media, we see a lot of, trans women sort of being very open about, or even femboys, like sort
Right.
of being open about using makeup. And unfortunately, they get a lot of hate. And actually, a couple of days ago, itself, we kind of came across a suicide of a
Oh.
trans person, I think, who used to do makeup videos. So unfortunately, there is a lot of hate also. But there's also a platform now through social media for a lot of people to express themselves through makeup. So that we kind of explored with Akshay through a lot of conversations, and then we came up with this concept to sort of have her use it as an empowering tool.
And what about the other actors? They were actors or
Yeah, they are
friends who
theater
acted as
actors.
well?
We knew them, so we just approached them, and of course, we didn't like want anybody to work for free for us. We had a grant, but still, I mean, we made sure everybody gets paid, and they of course had smaller roles, but they were important characters in the
Correct. Yeah.
narrative. So they were theater actors that we knew from before.
Okay. So I want to talk to you about like basically the relationship between the brother and the sister. Usually transgender actors are portrayed basically their angst, why am I like this? What am I like this? That's the usual trope of the films which we have been seeing, you know. But your takes a complete divergent and basically she's already empowered. She's already living a life, you know. The brother has to accept her or not really accept her. He has to formulate an understanding of his sister. That's the way I would see that, you know.
Yes,
She does not
yes.
need his acceptance at all because she's already empowered and sitting quite comfortably in a space. You know, he has to formulate an understanding and come to terms with the brother who now is become a sister. You know, so how did this concept develop? What is the starting point of this?
Okay. So, like all the stories that I gathered from the people that I have met from the transgender community, it my inspiration came from there. And whenever I have spoken to Vicky ji or her friends over there from the community after the conference. So, and when I interviewed them formally, and what was their family history, how was their struggle and their relationship with their brother or sister or any or siblings, this is one thing which I have always moved me, that that the acceptance from the siblings, it's actually motivates them a lot. Like no matter what, like it's fine, they don't expect much that my dad or my mom, they or mother, they won't be, probably they are from a different generation altogether, they might not understand that what they're going through. But a sibling of mine who has already grown with me, who has kind of seen all my struggles, can understand me much better. So, so someone who in the space of a brotherhood or a sisterhood, okay, so that is a very empowering thing. Now, coming back to my personal space, as I also have a brother, okay, and when I came out to him that, like, see, I identified myself from the as a queer person, and yes, like I that feeling is very enlightening, because that point of time I don't actually care if my mom or dad is very much aligned with my concept or not. But if my sibling is supporting me, it's a great achievement. Like as if I am there. Like I don't need anyone else's acceptance over there.
Mhm.
So the source of thought is kind of like this. But when I was writing the story, it shaped up in a different way, because there is a disconnect between these two people for 8 years. Okay, now I want to establish that okay, this knot has been probably broken earlier, but now there is a reunion, and let us see that a person who used to be his brother earlier, but now after 8 years, that person identify himself as a woman now. How exactly should be the repercussions or the consequences of that? So I wanted to explore that part a bit. And I don't know, like when I spoke and about the narrative about to the all the transgender people I have spoken to, everyone was aligned with it. So that's how I got the confidence. Okay, this is not a concept which is very alien, which people cannot understand, or it is out of the space. So I got that confidence from them. Okay, this concept is not an alien concept. This is something which is very valid in the current scenarios. So yeah, that's how it shaped it up.
Okay, thank you, Saikat. Bharat, I want to ask you this question. Your film deals with the life of a sex worker, one night with her, basically, and what happens. And she goes through so much of hardship. Sex work is not easy. I mean, people think, okay, it's very a glamorous profession. A lot of them nowadays have this whole notion that sex work is glamorous, but like as for a transgender person, sex work is so humiliating, so I would say so dangerous. I mean, she encounters such danger through her sex work. You know, and you show it all completely without flinching, which is for me a very brave of you, because usually we try to sugarcoat the stories. We'll say, okay, why do you want to show these negative things? Let's show only positive aspects of the community. So you completely go full on showing the reality as it real and very raw kind of filmmaking. You have done that. So did you ever think for a minute that maybe I should not show all these things? Maybe I should censor myself a little bit, no? Or what? And also, what does the transgender actress feel? Was she comfortable showing all this and acting all this?
Uh, Actually, after you know, after this idea, which I want to make this film on this particular thing, I don't know about anything, the community and the people who are involved in the sex working. Okay, so I've written something on my paper. Look, okay, these are the characters should come, and this is how she need to be behave in the film. This is how the screenplay is like that. And after the rough version, I completed the rough version of my script in 2 3 days. And after that, I went to narrate the script to one of my or transgender friend. Okay, so after narrating her, like she listened to everything, and she told me that whatever you written in the script, it is all false. It will never be like this in transgender community. First, you should go through the community people. You should ask them what are the challenges they are having, and take the notes from those people. Then you make a story. Then I went to them, people who are involved in the sex working. So I went to them, and when I started listening to their stories from different people, and I was shocked. Whatever I wrote on my script, and I tear it and I throw that in dustbin, and I
Mm,
started writing again. And to answer your question, and what I showed in the film is like it's like a 60 70%.
I,
Just I took scenes which are needed for my film. Actually, what is the emotion I want to show in the film? Just what are the scenes are supporting to to show that emotion? Only I took that scenes, and what are the original things they are going the people are underwent, and what they narrated me, that scares me more actually.
right.
I normal people, we cannot think about that kind of life actually, the kind of one night actually, what kind of people they actually one lady told me that 11 years teenage boys also came to the to to the
Mm-hmm.
when where they were doing sex work. So 10 years boys, 11 years boys, but I cannot show that thing in my film.
Right.
I cannot show that film but that reality is like that. Like there are so many things are there that when I'm listening to their stories, and I was like my legs and hands are shivering. But I don't know how they are surviving. I don't have words also how to express. Uh, it's very difficult to them. But what I showed in my film is like 50 60%, because
Mm-hmm.
after completion of my shoot, after 2 3 months, one murder also happened in Hyderabad. Trans lady murder. It's a very brutal murder, and I don't know. I know even transgender community also never raise any question to the police. And after that murder also, I met some trans people, trans that community heads are like that. So now I question them like, why you guys are not coming on roads, and why you're not doing all the question police and like that. And they simply told that no police will take the case because we are trans people. And they again they will question us like, why you standing there at nights? What are you doing at there that place at
Mm-hmm.
nights? Police
Mm-hmm.
will question us. We don't have any power to question them, and we don't have a strong voice to for the justice. So all those things inspired me to make the story. And what I showed in the film is 50 60% only. It's more horrible.
I understand that. Yeah. In fact, like I know of many of my friends who in Bangalore who have passed away, who have been killed. I mean, one of the familia was a very famous case per se, transgender person was killed. So yeah, we know of these things. But like, I mean, thankfully, uh, your transgender person survives the night, and hopefully she will survive forever. Hopefully. But yeah, I mean, thank you for making this very very honest film. Kunal, so your film is already on YouTube, I presume.
Yes.
So, how has been the response of people across? Do you have any positive comments? Do you have any hate comments? Are they trolling you on the YouTube? What is
Hate, though, not really. I didn't see any
okay?
hate.
That's
Mostly,
nice.
people gave positive response. But I don't know if people outside the community have watched it because within the
Mhm.
community, I feel people do give positive response or at festivals, and it was screened at a couple of other festivals, Chennai queer film festival. So generally, it has been positive. But I want that people outside the community watch it, and I feel that on YouTube only, like people who we send links to or people who are within the community watch it, and they usually have a positive response to the queer films in general. I mean, they may not like the filmmaking aspect of it, but they mostly agree with the politics of it.
Mm.
So I feel that I couldn't reach out to outside the community. I I don't know how to reach out that too, and I mean that's something I feel a little rejected by because I think eventually I felt like I made a film for people who do not know anything
Correct.
about the
I
trans
understand.
community. I did not make
Right.
a film for the trans community because they already know all this. They don't really need to see this. Uh,
Mhm.
so that's
One of the ways is maybe you should submit to non-queer film festivals. Usually, of course, the submission fee is a huge barrier.
correct. That's
Most of the
another problem.
non-queer film festivals basically charge a huge submission fee, and that becomes a barrier. But you should definitely
Correct.
try to source film festivals which are non-queer and try
Correct.
to put it out there. And also, like, I mean, I don't know what else. I mean, how else can you uh, make it more mainstream? The idea of what we're talking about, more
Correct.
mainstream people should see that for sure. Yeah,
Right. I mean, not just for me, but for all of us, I guess.
correct.
Especially putting on YouTube, it's open for all, but I feel that only queer people are watching it because from the comments, I can tell that it's only queer people who are watching it.
And what's your next project looking like now?
So we are doing a lot of theater work now, films. We have a couple of ideas, but nothing. But like Bharat said, funding is a big issue. Always looking for funding. But yeah, ideas तो बहुत है. And queer films only like we want to delve into. But we are still in scripting stage, so let's see.
So,
Nothing
folks who
as
are
of
watching
now
this
to
video,
talk
please
about.
reach out to us if you can fund any of the filmmakers' films. So please reach
Yes,
out and we'll definitely connect them to you people. So thank you, Kunal, for joining in. And I'll ask Saikat, you stay here, of course, Saikat. Um, where else has your film traveled to yet? And what has Vicky Shinde seen the film and what does she think of it? And what is your future work looking like?
So currently I am writing my second film script, and it is again in the space of a like a family space, and again it is on like it's from a different perspective where it's a relationship between a father and a son. So it's that the son is very small, and the father it's understand like it's when the kids comes to know about homosexuality as a concept. Okay, it's just his reaction on it.
Can you
So
tilt down your camera a little bit? Your guess.
yeah,
Thank you. That's thank you. Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Okay. Go ahead. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. So it is so I am kind of writing a script uh, on something which is from a kid's perspective, a 11-year-old or a 12-year-old kid's perspective. And the best part of it is like I never realized it that it's primarily I thought it would be very difficult for a kid to understand that what I'm talking about, but it is actually the other way around. They because as they don't have any inhibitions, as they don't have any exposure towards social construct. What I was saying is that like as they are in a very primitive stage of learning, it is very easy for them to grab this information and then go through the synthesis, because there is no social construct, there is no inhibitions, there is no concept of taboo for them. So everything is a piece of information which they will synthesize later. And that is exactly one thing I somehow realize working with kids now, that these complex topics which we feel complex are it's actually not complex for the kids. It's
Correct.
very easy for them to understand that a man can love another man. It's as simple as that. And it was so easy for me to explain him. So yeah, that is one space I am trying to explore. Let's see where it goes. And currently, Jalsa is going to be screened in Vancouver. So let's see how where it happens, how where it goes after that. But yeah, these are the two things that's happening right now. Apart from me working as a designer and collecting funds
Ah,
for my work.
perfect, perfect, perfect. So Bharat, where all you have seen the film, and has the lead actress seen the film yet? And what is her reaction?
On January 26th this year, like we premiered that in Prasad Labs in Hyderabad. So we invited a few heads of the transgender community. We have a Prachi Rathod. She is a trans doctor, India's first trans doctor, I guess. She is a
What's her
Telugu
name?
lady.
Sorry.
So Prachi Rathod,
Okay.
Dr. Prachi.
Okay.
Uh, she is a doctor from Telangana, Hyderabad.
Mm-hmm.
So we invited her as a chief guest, and after watching the film, and our lead actress, she got her friends on that day. So almost like 10, 15 trans people are there. After watching the film, they are like, they appreciated me so much. And our chief guest, Prachi, she you know, after watching the film, she traumatized. Like, she traumatized, and she messaged me after going home. But I'm
Mm-hmm.
sorry, I didn't speak much in stage on stage, so I was into completely lost myself after watching the film. It was so realistic and it's hard hitting. It's our lives,
Mm-hmm.
so I cannot speak much. It's very heavy hearted for me to speak on the stage. If I speak, also I will cry. It's a very beautiful film. She wished me luck, like you'll get many awards. Like that's how their response is very good. Not only from trans people, from other people. My friends and my family people. After watching the film, they told me that this is a completely different perspective about the trans people who are on the streets. So
Mm-hmm.
now we have to think about their struggles. We have to think about their perspective, why they are like that, and they got rejection from especially the first rejection is from family, and then from schools, colleges, friends, and society. Everyone, wherever they go, they will get the rejections. So now what my friends and my family, they told me that now we have to understand their feelings, and we have to understand their problems. I have to look their problems in their perspective. What my thing is, I told them, you need not to understand any problems, just respect them. That's it. Whenever I spoke with the transgender people, they are not asking about anything. They are just expecting respect. They are expecting just the normal look, how the lady is going. If the some lady is going on street, how the normal man will look into that lady. How when the trans lady
Don't
is
use the
going,
word normal.
the
Yeah,
person
normal
will
is
look.
not a good word.
I'm
Bharat, don't
I'm
use the
sorry.
word
Sir,
normal. It's not a very good word to use.
I'm sorry.
Sorry,
I'm
I'm
sorry.
cutting
I'm
you
sorry.
short. Yeah, but you
I'm
can.
sorry. I'm
Yeah, you
sorry.
can say. Okay,
So
that's fine. Don't worry. Yeah. But yeah,
I'm
I
sorry.
understood what you.
So
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go
So,
ahead.
they're asking, they're expecting the respect. That's the only thing they're expecting. They're not expecting any money. They're not expecting anything. So the only thing is respect. When if someone is begging near any traffic jam, like traffic signal, if you don't have money, that's okay. No need to give. But at least you can tell that in respect way. No need to
Correct.
tell them in the different way like that. So that the expectation is very less from the trans community. So as a human, we have to give that. That's the only thing which I want to show in the film.
And where all has the film traveled? And what is your next project looking like?
Uh, Now the film is in different film festivals.
Okay.
Now, so I got rejection from film is got rejected in some festivals, insulted in some of the festivals. Now, my next project, I'm still on script. I have two, three different ideas. My friends, I told you that my friends are from US. They are ready to fund from next films also. So still we are in discussion what idea need to pick, and after picking the idea, need to write the script. So still we are under discussion. Like 2, 3 ideas are there. So we need to switch the genre. We are thinking to switch. We're thinking to make a horror, or by end of this year. Actually, we are planning to make a film in December.
Nice.
After
And you
that,
still
maybe
continue
next
with your
year.
IT work? You still are continuing with your
Yeah,
IT work, or you
yeah,
have quit
yeah,
that
yeah.
completely and turned into
No, no,
filmmaker?
no, 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 no. I'm still in IT.
Okay. So thank you all
पैसा
for
भी आना
sharing your
जरूरी है.
wonderful films and your thoughts about the making the films and your personal journeys. And I know making short films is already a tough thing, but making LGBTQ shorts is even tougher. But congratulations on making these beautiful stories and bringing it to all of us. And so thank you for joining this conversation. I hope more and more people watch the films and give your feedback to them. So thank you for joining this conversation.
Thank you
Thank you,
so much.
Sridhar.
Thank
Thank you,
So much. Bye.
everyone. Thank you, Kunal.
Thanks.
Thank you, Saikat.
Thanks, Bharat.